Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a slightly later coffee morning, and hello to the lovely Katie.
Hello, I am just sorting my face out and then I will bring my video up. As you know me, never looking beautiful in the morning. How are you, Jeanette? You are looking absolutely fantastic today.
Oh, I've been in the bath and whatever. I normally blow dry my hair, but it was sort of partially dry when I came out the bath. So
Yeah,
it's lovely. It's sunny. I'll let it dry on its own because obviously, blow drying your hair does damage your hair. So I like to give it a rest every now and again. So
yeah,
it's sort of messy, but not, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
I feel awful going live because Vlog from the Bog is live. But
I know he just offered you there when you went off to do your live. He just offered. He was like, "Do you want to come up on the panel, Jeanette?" And then it was like, "Oh, she's about to go live."
I did put in the chat that I was just setting up the computer and everything to do the coffee morning.
Yeah, you'll probably join yours. You know what he's like.
Yeah, so we've got nobody in the chat at the moment, but 3 viewing.
Oh,
So
three viewing.
yes, I've got me washing out. I've done what I needed to get done, so now I can sit and relax.
What's
And
What's the wee update for the YouTube people who've been watching in the last two coffee mornings on your wee friend and their baby in hospital?
she's actually coming out of the hospital today. They're letting her out. She says I got a text message this morning. Yeah, they're letting her come out today.
Yeah.
She doesn't know for how long. So obviously, them increasing the dose of the blood pressure tablet has done its trick. So yes,
Yeah.
but she said she's got it's. I think she's hello, Tick Tick Kids TV.
Hello,
How
Tick Tick Kids TV.
So yes, I think she's actually 36 weeks on Monday,
That's
but they did
brilliant.
say that if they couldn't get her blood pressure under control, that
They'd have to induce.
keep her until 37 weeks, and then give
Oh,
her
jeez.
a cesarean. Yeah, because see, a few years ago, hey DJ Ian, how are you? We've got the sunny Spain weather this morning. I don't know whether it's the same where you are. But yeah, so a few years ago, she had to have an operation on the back. Hey, Choppers Rules.
Hey,
So,
everyone.
so basically, I think basically that what they're saying is that one, an epidural cesarean is out of the question, and two,
Mhm.
that they think a normal birth might be out of the question, but they've only said might. Hi, Saltino. So it's
Hello, everybody.
it's just a case at the moment of waiting and seeing, really.
Yeah.
On the train from Nottingham, heading. Oh, ooh.
Who's going where?
DJ Ian's on the train from Nottingham, heading to Sheffield. Oh,
Ooh.
he's at work till 1 o'clock, DJ Ian, but you're going to have to message one another. Hi, Mark, please. It'd be lovely to meet up, and because Pixie's on about going out on the drone later on. I mean, if you've got time to go droning with him, that would absolutely be awesome.
That would be a funny thing to say when you're going out the door. Where are you going? I'm going to see a man about a drone.
Uh, because DJ Ian has actually got a drone.
Oh, flip. So they could drone together then?
Is on the train from Skegness, and obviously you've had to change at Nottingham towards Sheffield.
Yeah.
Ooh. It'd be awesome if you could meet up with Mr. P and myself. I mean, I don't know exactly what time he's going out droning, but he is actually working till 1 o'clock. So probably by 1 o'clock, I mean, you'll probably be in Sheffield, because Nottingham to Sheffield ain't all that far.
Mm.
Hey, Mary. Yeah, that's the one. What? I don't quite understand that, Ian. Yeah, he had to change at Nottingham from Skegness, and then obviously he's got on the train at Nottingham to Sheffield. That'd be
Jeanette,
great. That'd be great, Ian. Same as I say, he sort of nipped home. I'll let you into a secret. He nipped home and pinched me mop.
I'm going to fly in and swap the laptop. So I am. So it'll be 2 wee seconds. I'll be back.
Salty Nuts says hey to the gorgeous Kate Nuts.
If you could see me, Salty Nuts, I'm all blushing again. You know what I'm like.
And Mark Plays, hope you enjoyed. I did. Kate will tell you herself when she comes back.
Oh,
I absolutely.
she was all emotion.
I did. I wrote my eyes out and I rung Katie and I give Mr. P a right to.
I have to say, Mark was really enthusiastic about it.
I says, you pig, you. I says, fancy not telling me.
Mark was very enthusiastic. Everybody was really enthusiastic about doing it. They were like, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's brilliant. And that's what Mark was saying as well. He's like, that's really great idea. And get me a link when you get it up. And everybody was so excited and wanted to know your reaction.
Kate, Salty Nuts has moved on from me. You're the feature of this attention at the moment.
Well, to be fair, Jeanette, we are competing with Salty Nuts and Big Red Bear. I mean, you got to share now. Come on, Jeanette, you got to share.
I only share myself with one person, and everybody knows who that is. Well, apart from the fireman, according to Mr. P. You know. Oh, I'm showing a bit of cleavage. Oh dear. Think I'll get a strike for showing me cleavage? Hi, Ruby Slippers. Sorry about that. I had a wardrobe malfunction there. I showed a bit more than what I should have done.
Are you taking my fashion now? Where you run around with your dress half down around your...
You see what it is? I bought this top sort of before I had my weight loss. So everything's like hanging on me now at the moment. And it's got a posh thing on back. I don't know whether you can see it. It's got like a crisscross. Oh dear.
But yes, I will be right back, guys. I'm just going to swap over.
Okie dokie then. I'll see you in a bit. But yeah, it'll be great if DJ N could meet up with Mr. P and his drone. Yeah. And Mr. P is absolutely over the moon with the P4. You know, it can download or upload, whichever it is, in 4K, and it absolutely, you know, it's absolutely awesome, the video footage that is put up. So yeah, so drop him a line, DJ Ian. It'd be fantastic to hi, American Bulldog, thanks for joining us. Mr. One's enough for me, Ruby Slippers, let alone Mr. Two. So as I say, I've lost 10 stone, and this was a top that I bought sort of previous to my weight loss surgery, and I think it's a little bit on the what's it side. I'm good, Salty. I hit the 1K on Thursday. Well, Wednesday evening. Went down Thursday morning and then went back up again. So yay. And if you want to watch, Kate did a awesome video for me from some of my supporters, Mr. P, Mark Plays, Eagle VP, Emily Bird, you know, as a congratulations to me. And I got emotional. Thank you, American Bulldogs. Thank you, Salty Nuts. We actually got Random Life Productions because she was 2 away. So when I did the live stream on Thursday morning, I kept posting a link in the chat, and we got Random Life to the 1K as well. So, you know, that was awesome. Eagle VP also, you know, did a congratulations video for Random Life Productions. So yeah, Thursday was an awesome day. Hence the reason why I put the makeup on. Plus, I was going to the doctors. So you know, it was a good week this week. all in all, you know. And today, I said I was going to do the cough morning today because I was at the hospital visiting Joy's daughter, because Joy's daughter is having a baby. They took her into the hospital because she got preeclampsia and high blood pressure. Salty Nuts, I'm your #1 fan, yet I got no mention, Jeanette. I keep reading your comments out, Salty. I said hi to Salty Nuts. Anyway, going back to Joy Grayson's daughter, she was taken into the hospital with preeclampsia blood pressure. I didn't go live at all yesterday because I went to visit her in the hospital. And she was a bit down in the dumps because it was, like it is today, a lovely sunny day. And the worst place you can be is, no, I meant in Kate's video. I didn't do that video. Kate did it for me. So, you know, ask Kate why she didn't get in touch with you. I don't know. That went nothing to do with me. I didn't know about it until Thursday evening. So, so yes, anyway, so going back, she was 35 weeks and 3 days gone. And they more or less said to her, well, if we can't get this blood pressure under control, we're going to keep you until you're 37 weeks and then deliver you by cesarean. So anyway, I got good news this morning. Joy herself texted me and said they're going to let her come home, obviously, because while I was there yesterday visiting her, the doctor came round while we was there, and she was saying, you know, if I'd got a crystal ball and I could see into the future, you know, I could give you some answers, but I can't. So she upped the dose of the blood pressure medication that she was taking and said, well, it's basically, you know, we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, I got a text message this morning saying that they was going to let her come home. For how long, we don't know. So it's just a case of waiting and seeing now. But at least she's going to be out of the hospital. So that's okay, Salty. I understand what you were saying. Yeah. Same as I say, it was a lovely Kate that did that for me. I didn't know who she was contacting. I didn't even know she'd contacted Mr. P. I didn't even know she contacted Mark Plays. I didn't even know she contacted Eagle VP. So, yeah, so it was a surprise to me as well on Thursday night. And I just sat there blubbering my eyes out, you know, when I rang Kate and, you know, when I says, oh, thank you and whatever. I was completely in the dark about it. So you're okay, you know, you're okay, Salty. I was unaware of it. So you was as unaware of it as me. So basically, I think because Mark Plays and Pixie and Eagle VP are all in like what we call the circle when people come up on your panel, she basically was limited to the amount of people that she could contact because, you know, when you invite people, it comes up as people that you've had previously on your panels, comes up as being in your circle, if you understand that. So you say you lost 10 stone. That's awesome. Well, I have got a picture down here, Salty, before I lost the weight, and if I can find it, I'll show it you. It's all right. It fell off the wall because the pin's out the wall, and it sort of cracked on the corner, and it's the only one I've got of me, my sister, and my mum all together. So I've had to put it on the floor, obviously, so it doesn't get damaged any further. So it is cracked a little bit in the corner. So yes, that was me before I lost the weight. Obviously, that's my sister and that's my mum. And the thing, it fell off the wall because the pin come out the wall. So it cracked a little bit. So I've just got to get a new frame and everything for it. But yeah, that was me before I had the surgery. And sort of that's me now. Can you tell the difference? So yes, that was before the surgery, and obviously, so I don't want to flash anything on the live stream. Gone down to 4 viewers now. I suppose everybody's out in the sun. So yes, Salty, I had the operation. It'll be 3 years in December. No, it's not the same. That I'd got on in the picture was like one of these little bolero jacket type of things. You know, it's the same colour, but that was like what I call a bolero top. It were a small jacket, so to speak. It's absolutely glorious here. I'll turn the camera around. I've got my washing out. Look at that, Salty. It's absolutely glorious out there. Absolutely glorious outside. It's lovely and sunny. You see, normally when we do the coffee morning, we start about any time between 10 and 11. And I rang Kate this morning and I says, look, I've got some things to do. I want to get me, I'm just waiting for my washing machine to finish. You know, I want to get it hung out while it's, hey, WrestleMania, hello. Yes, same as I say, Ruby, I have lost, well, I don't know what it is in pounds, but I've lost 10 stone. So, I think it's about £140, I think. I'm not sure, because it's £14 in a stone. So times that by 10, and I've lost about £140. Hi, Chris Gomez. I've just seen you in Vlog from the Bogs. So I did put in the chat that I was going to, I was just setting up for the coffee morning. So yeah, I can imagine Ian, DJ Ian says it's roasting on the train. You see, this is the thing, DJ Ian. If I could drive, I'd come and pick you up from the station, but I can't. Plus, Pixie's doing his few jobs in the car. But I suppose I could message him if you wanted a picking up from the train station. I mean, had you sort of got anything planned once you got off the train or whatever? So I say I can message Mr. P and say Ian needs picking up from the train station. Yeah, same as I say, it's been a long journey, and it's 3 years in December since I had the weight loss surgery. I have lost a lot of weight, and we were talking about I've got a onesie, you know, the all-in-one things, and it were a little bit big when I was that size, but I bet any money if I were to try it on now, I could fit Mr. P in it as well. £140, yeah. I thought it was sort of, you know, how the brain ticks over, and you were thinking, well, £14 is what we say is a stone, and I've lost 10, so that makes it about £140. And basically the journey still continues. You know, I'm still on that journey. I had what they call a sleeve gastrectomy, which is not a full bypass. I'm good. I've got a gig tonight, so heading straight to Liverpool. But thank you. I've got a weekend coming up soon. So yeah, well, that's fine. So as I say, so you're not actually stopping off in Sheffield then, or have you got a changeover in Sheffield? I don't really understand it, but if you want to message Mr. P and say, well, you know, I'm going to be stopping over for X, you know, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, I was going to get him to pop down and see you. So, you know, I mean, sometimes when you do these changeovers, You could be waiting 30 minutes, you could be waiting an hour for your next train to get you to your destination. So it was just a thought that, you know, it could pop down, say hello to you and have a coffee with you and whatever. If you're sort of, are you doing the change at Sheffield and going to Liverpool? Like, same as I say, I don't really know, because I don't catch trains as a rule. So, and if anybody isn't a supporter of DJing, is getting closer to the 1K mark himself. So if anybody hasn't supported DJing Entertainments, I highly recommend that you do, because he's got his own, as the name suggests, DJ Ian Entertainments. He's got his own DJing equipment, and he frequently does gigs in Spain. So yeah, so if anybody isn't supported to DJ Ian, I highly recommend that you do. And I don't know what you said to Kate Salted Ups, but she's disappeared. But you know, the little one might be playing up, so she doesn't like it when the little one starts playing up while she's on a live stream. So so we've gone down to 6 viewers again. So yeah, Ian, so same as I say, if you've got a spare half an hour before your next train or whatever, just message either one of us and we'll pop down and say hello to you, have a coffee with you till your train comes to Liverpool. So I hate it when there's nobody else on the panel and I'm sat here talking to myself. It's a bit strange, really. And Pixie got some good news yesterday. They're getting another body on board as regards the cleaning that Mr. P and his work partner does. They're only going to be working part-time. The advertisement has gone up for that said person, but as everybody knows, the interview process, etc., takes quite a while. So yeah, I know. Funny thing is, Ian, just down the road, we've got a hospital. How do you think I feel? Do you want an invite, Barry? Do you want to come up on the panel? I'll send you an invite anyway. Sorry, I couldn't join you on yours, but I was just setting up for my live stream. So I've sent you an invite to Barry. So right, I'm laughing at what DJ Ian says. He says he's just spent 60 minutes doing it. So we did have the lovely Kate on the panel, but Eileen Youssef, hiya, thank you for joining us. Kate did come up on the panel, but I suspect her daughter was giving her grief and whatever, but she's gone off, so I'm sure she'll join us again shortly. They coming to take you, yeah. Well, I keep saying I'm going down there because it's just like literally within spitting distance of here. But there is a secure side and then there's one that's sort of not secure. And I keep saying I'm going to go down there for a holiday. But yeah, I keep looking out for them men in white coats. But, you know, just wait till this warm weather's done and then they can take me away. And Mary says, you're not by yourself, you're talking to us. Well, this is it, but it feels like you're sat here talking to yourself. And that's just my perspective. And for some reason, it's okay now, DJ Ian. I've just taken my tablets now. I should be fine for 10 minutes or so. That's good then, Barry. I took all mine this morning, so I'm okay too. So, what were I going to say? I forgot now. This is it, Barry. You see, you forget what you're talking about when you're getting up in years. And Barry did exactly the same this morning. He sort of lost his thought of try. Oh, yeah. For some reason, same as I say, I put the washer on this morning. I thought, I'm going to wait till the washer. Hey, Islamic life. I waited for the washing machine to finish so I could like put my washing outside. Yeah, it's mine as well, Barry. I know how you feel, mate. And for some reason, I'm there pegging washing out, and I had this song in my head, and it's is it Chumbawamba? And it were, I get knocked down, but I get back up again. And I don't know why it came into my head. And I'm sort of, you know, how you get this song in your head, and then you can't get it out. And while I were pegging the washing out, I was singing this song to myself in my head. I thought, well, I better not sing it out loud because neighbours will think I'm. But yeah, I mean, it's the story of my life. I get knocked down, but I get back up again. And Vlog from the Bog knows what I'm talking about. It's the same as I say. It's just every so often a song comes in your head, and then you can't stop sort of singing it in your head. But just typical that, you know, I'm sort of saying with age. So yeah, I mean, does anybody else have sort of them things where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this song comes in your head, and then you can sort of, you're singing it over and over in your head? You know, it's not a particular song that I particularly like. It just sort of appeared there out of the blue. So I've sent you an invite, Vlog from the Bog, if you wanted to come up on my panel. I'm sorry I couldn't come up on yours. I was watching it on my phone. It's having an earworm. Sorry I couldn't come up on yours, Barry. I was actually setting this live stream up. Same as I say, it's a coffee morning, but because of the weather, because it's so nice, I thought, you know, I'm going to get all my jobs done. I'm going to get my washing hung out and everything before I do anything. And I'm hoping Mr. P isn't going to be too long, because he did say he popped in and nicked me mop. And he says, oh, I shan't be too long. I've only got so-and-so to do. He says, and then I'll be home. But no, he shouldn't really finish till 1 o'clock, but when he's got his jobs done, he's got his jobs done, and then he'll come home. Yeah, so he's sort of eagerly wanting to go out with a drone, because obviously it's a lovely sunny day. Where we'll end up, I don't know. That's been going on for years. Well, that's his job, Barry, in a nutshell, is a Mr. Mop. But same as I was saying, on a Saturday, he only does 5.5 hours, but he cleans in the area where we live on a Saturday. And because it makes it easier on himself, he lets his work partner have the works vehicle, and he goes and does sort of like close to where he lives, and Mr. P does round where we live. And he finds it's a lot easier to actually go in the car. So basically, he meets his work partner first thing Saturday morning, gets his Hoover, gets his cleaning materials, etc. But just before 11 o'clock, he came in through the door, and I says, well, you're home early. He says, I'm not stopping. He says, I'm just going to have a quick coffee. He says, and I need to use your mop. He says, because I forgot mine. Okay then, Mary, you know, he'd forgot his mop. So he says, well, I knew we got one. He says, so it was quicker and easier to come home, borrow yours, you know, without sort of going after, running after his partner, you know, finding out where he is, etc. So he says it were easier just to pop home, you know, borrow yours. Today is Toad Suck Days, a local celebration here in Conway, Arkansas. Please join us. Ooh. Hope we don't have to suck a toad. Can you explain it to us then, Ruby Slippers? Exactly, you know, what it is. Please feel free to put in the chat, you know, the local celebration. I think you know the answer to that, mister. No. He doesn't even like doing anything at home. Once he's done his shift, that's it, basically. When you do it as a job, you don't want to come home and do it all over again at home. So yeah, are you coming up on the panel, Mr. Vlog from the Bog? So yeah, I'll try and do as much as I can. Same as I say, I've had the washer on, put the washing out. It's a long way to go from the UK, Ruby Slippers. Well, that's what I say. I wanted to put in what it you know, the celebration is. I mean, it's sort of, you like to find out. I mean, it's like us in the UK. Lucy, we've got a bank holiday on Monday, and we celebrate May Day. So it's basically only like us, Barry. We celebrate May Day. You know, I mean, obviously people in the US might not celebrate May Day. I don't know. You could probably hear that is Lucy meowing her head off at the top of her lungs. Yeah. Lucy. Oh, she's talking to one of the other ones because he's just come in. Oh, Mr. Tucker there. See, she's stopped now. Tucker's come in. I don't, because sometimes he likes to perch himself on next door's fence. And I think she was saying, you know, get down, you might fall. So, yes. So that was Lucy. If you were wondering what the meowing was, it was Lucy. She's quite vocal. Must get going. Thanks for the enjoyable time together. It has been fun. Thank you for joining us, WrestleMania. Same as I say, hopefully I won't be stopping on too long because the Pixie might be home anytime and he'll probably want a bite to eat, he'll want a coffee, and then just lots of food and games with painting faces, paying too much for a t-shirt. Yeah, well, some as I say, here in the UK, the nation has got a day off because it's what we call May Day, and it's classed as a bank holiday. So everybody in the UK, well, when I say everybody, I mean most people are off on Monday because it's a bank holiday. So obviously there is like the ambulance service, doctors and nurses, police force, firemen and everything. Obviously they will be working, but you know, we've got a bank holiday on Monday for May Day. Oh, it's a dog show. So you know, it sounds like same as I say, they celebrate it in style. I mean, we don't actually do anything like that for the bank holiday. Originates from sailors stopping here. Oh, I won't fancy sucking a toad. I'm sorry. Ooh. Well, some as I say, I mean, I like to to hear these things. I mean, the cultural, they're from different parts of the world, and different countries have got different sort of, traditions. Yes, and it said on the news this morning, Mr. Vlog from the Bog, that it will probably be the hottest May Day bank holiday in history. Hey, Crimson. Hi, Marcel. And Barry said, toad in the hole. As some as to say, I wouldn't like to think I was sucking on a toad, but I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love hearing like traditions or things from other countries. We're up to 7 viewers now, same as I say. And obviously towards the end of May we've got the Whitsun holiday, which obviously is a soon I'm back home, it's DJ in the beer garden. Soon I'm back home, it's DJ. So you're actually back in Liverpool now? I wish we were out, same as I say, I wish we were out in the beer garden, but Mr. P's at work still. Same as I was saying, I was just looking at the clock, it's 12:20. And he's still at work, but he could be home any time. That's it. I've one for me as well, DJing. Oh, you're still on the train, are you? Yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying now, DJing. You'll soon be back home and straight into beer garden. It's odd, even for us Americans. Well, so as I say, you've got different traditions, etc., around the world. All different cultures. And same as I say, I mean, Monday's a bank holiday and it's May Day, as we call it. The kids are off school. But that is just like a UK tradition. You've got all these different cultures, all these different traditions, and I love to hear about the different traditions, etc., from around the world. So basically, that was why I asked you to explain it. Yeah, I'm in the countryside somewhere coming up to Sheffield. Oh, Mary, welcome back. So yes, I must say it's a glorious day. And the one thing that Mr. P not do, he not drink and drive. And obviously, if he's going out with a drone, he can't. Well, I suppose he could pick some up from the Asda, but that's one thing he not do. Even like on match days, he either goes down in a taxi, he walks it, then heading to Manchester on to Liverpool. So best keep this live stream going. There's got nothing else to do. Oh dear. So are you actually stopping off in Sheffield then, Ian? Or have you got to do another changeover in Sheffield and, or are you on the train now until you get to Liverpool? So I'll keep it going as long as I can, DJ Ian. But same as I was saying, it's 12:20, as you all know. Picks it officially should finish at 1 o'clock. But he did say when he came home for the mop that he was, he'd only got like 2 lots to do and then he was going to come home. So sort of, it could be any time really. So if you want to type in, are you stopping off at Sheffield or, or does that train that you got from Nottingham go straight through to Liverpool? Just to keep us entertained, really. Because, as I said before, I'm just sat here talking to myself. And as I keep saying, you don't have to be mad to come here, but it helps. I don't know whether Mr. Crimson Fantasy wants an invite. If you're still here, Crimson Fantasy, type in the chat box and I will give you an invitation. So, oh, you're at Chester. Well, you're not far away then, because that's like about 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from Sheffield. So, yeah, where we are, Chesterfield's like just down the road. So, yes, so you're fast approaching Sheffield. We've got to have a blow-by-blow account, DJ Ian, of where you are. And are you actually doing a changeover in the beautiful city of Sheffield, or are you just going through? So, yes, same as I say, from where we are, Chesterfield is, I would say, at the most 10 minutes down the road, Chesterfield. So, and Nottingham is actually like only about 40 minutes away. So, passing, unfortunately. Oh.
Hello. I'm back.
I was just saying that. I just says all the lovely Kate's gone. I says I'm assuming that the little one was playing up or something.
Yeah, the living room was kind of wrecked, so I had to give it a wee going over before letting her play on the floor.
So I have asked Crimson Fantasy if he wants to come for a short while. Do you want to come up on the panel, Crimson, just to say hello to everyone? Yeah. Saying that we was talking about is not actually stopping off in Sheffield. It's passed through. DJ Ian actually comes from Liverpool, so he's gigging in Liverpool tonight. So basically, he's just sort of passing all these wonderful landmarks on the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Back to, oh yeah, Crimson wants to come on.
Woohoo!
Invitation sent, Mr. Crimson. So yes, so to wave out the window, DJ Ian, and say hello, Mrs. P, hello, Mr. P, bye, Mrs. P, bye, Mr. P, as you're going through. I've just been saying, Kate, that Pixie might be home anytime soon. Oh, Gordon Bennett. It's a 5-hour, 18-minute journey from Skegness to Liverpool. Gordon Bennett. I wouldn't like to think I was doing that journey. I'd be bored out my mind, sitting on a train for 5 hours and 18 minutes. So don't you actually drive then, or for a bit of the DJ life, or this is it? You've got to earn your crust somehow, Mr. DJ Ian, and if that's what it entails, then, you know, do you drive, or don't you have a car, or, you know, obviously with the business that you're in, you know, obviously you need transportation. And Vlog from the Bogs just made a quite an interesting comment. Over 5 hours, DJ Ian, it's quicker to go to Spain. Well, it all depends which airport you're going from, Mr. Vlog from the Bog. Oh, yeah. So basically, she took the van off you just to make your life harder, basically. So if you're wondering why I'm looking like that, one, I'm expecting a parcel for Mr. P this time. I've had 2 parcels this week and none of them have been for me. And because I'm sat here waiting for a parcel, it's not arrived yet, but they did say any time up to 10 o'clock tonight. So sort of heard a, you know, car door, etc. go. It might be Mr. P. Oh, yeah. I can say DJ Ian, I've been there, done that. When I split up with my first husband, I came away with nothing, just like my clothes. That's basically all I got out of that. I didn't get nothing. But hey ho, I'm with Mr. P now. I've rebuilt my life, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. And your lovely looking girlfriend looks absolutely stunning. And for all you guys, DJ Ian Entertainments did a vlog in Spain, and I got quite acquainted with Mr. DJ Ian's lovely girlfriend's backside. And he were walking behind her, and he sort of was supposed to be vlogging, but all you could see were his girl's bum. Well, that's it. That's it. You know, you've got to, you have to move on. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why that song came into my head. You know, you get knocked down, but you get back up again. You know, you've got to rebuild your life. You've got to start again. You've got to start from scratch. But I'm testament to that, you know. You know, I sort of left my old life. I just got like a suitcase and a black bin liner of clothes, and that was it. That's all I left with. But I'm here, you know, I've got a lovely husband, I've got a lovely son. So yeah, it does, you know, you do have to pick yourself up and start again. It's not hard, but you do it. That's it. That's it, Ian. You've sort of got to look towards the future. You know, you've got to, you know, as the saying goes, you've got to build yourself up again. You've got to get up, dust yourself down, right, you know. And as the song goes, the only way is up. So, and as I always say, you know, we're not millionaires, we're not, you know, whatever. But, you know, so long as you're with the right person, you know, everything's fine. And we're still waiting of Mr. Crimson Fantasy coming on. He's probably firing up the laptop. So yeah, it's rough going through a divorce and splitting up with a girlfriend or partner and whatever. Oh, that's an interesting proposition, Mr. DJ. I'm sure Mr. Eagle VP would be up for that. I will have to mention it to him. Well, funny thing is, DJ Ian, we're having a meetup on the weekend of the 21st of July in Birmingham for all the UK YouTubers. So if you want to jot that in your diary, if you're not in Spain and you are sort of at home, 21st of July, it is a Saturday, and we will all be meeting up in Birmingham. So there's food for thought, food for thoughts if you want to come to the Birmingham meetup. Myself and Random Life are organising it. So if you're free of that weekend and you're not in Spain, yeah, we're having a meetup on the 21st July at the Birmingham Bullring Centre in Birmingham. So I'll get my Factor 50 ready. Yeah, so I'll mention that to Random Life and Eagle VP. So we can all gate crash Ian's gig if he's gigging that night. Go and gate crash, and the title could be Brits Abroad. Anybody come up with a better suggestion? Don't know. And as luck has it as well today, Pixie's team are away for the final match of the season and at Bristol Rovers today. So he's not going to the football match. So he says, 11 years wasted of my life with the ex. But this is the thing, Ian. I was with my ex 21 years before I got up and smelt the roses. So, yeah, I mean, I was with mine 21 years before we split up. Hey, Sahara. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, you know, it's a new beginnings. You know, you've got the lovely, yeah, it was. Same as I say, I could sit here and say, you know, it wasn't a happy marriage. As regards, you know, there were extenuating circumstances. You know, I could sit here and tell my life story, but that's not who I am. You know, it was an abusive marriage. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. So, on his part, not mine. So, yeah. And it was one of these situations where you don't tell anybody because you feel stupid. You don't tell anyone because you think, oh, you know, why hadn't you left him a long while ago? But I did. And then 4 weeks later, I met Pixie, and I've not looked back. So if there's a story behind that, yeah, I got the courage up to leave him, met Pixie 4 weeks later, and I've never looked back. You know, but I'm sort of not one of these that sits there and tells me life story for everybody to know and, you know, for the attention, etc. There is some things you have to keep private. And I choose to do that. I've got the 7 viewers. 9 thumbs up. And I thank you. We've gone down to 6 watching now. Yeah, exactly. And I say the same thing, Ian. You know, it happened for a reason, and it happened so I could meet Mr. P. And same as I say, we've been married 15 years next month. We've been together nearly 18 in December. So there you go. You know, it does happen for a reason. That's very true. So the funny thing is, actually, obviously, because I've been married that long, I'd sort of not done the dating game for quite a while. And he sort of approached me at the bar and asked if I wanted a drink. And I said no. I sort of blew him off first time we actually met. And then I sort of got cajoled by my friend. Oh, you know, what are you waiting for? Get
That's
in.
one of my favourite stories.
Yeah, you know. And we actually met in Sheffield because my friends... and DJ Ian says, Crystal's lost all his hair, but we can see the love. Well, you see, this is the thing. Same as I say, I hadn't done the dating game for 21 years. You know, and to me, for somebody to come up to me and say, well, do you want to drink? And I'd actually just gone to the bar. So, you know, I sort of, it's like a, you know, a moth in a headlight sort of thing, you know, whoa, what's going off here sort of thing. So I said no. And I went back to my friends with these drinks. I said, oh, I says, there's a bloke just asked me if I want to drink at bar. And he says, well, what are you waiting for? You know, get in there sort of thing. So I said, well, you know, I was sort of, hey, James, how are you? I was sort of, you know, in and ahhing and what should I do sort of thing. And kept, you know, go on, get over there. Just sort of say, oh, you know, I says, well, what am I going to say to him? I says, I've just said no to a drink. He says, well, just go over there and say, well, you know that drink you wanted to buy me? I'll have it now. Thank you very much. So sort of that's what I did. I got cajoled into, you know, going over there, and I went back to him. I says, you still want to buy me that drink? And rest history. You know, we had a drink, we sat down at a table, we were talking, you know, and sort of we swapped numbers and everything. I thought, you know, he's probably thinking, you know, well, I was thinking, I don't know, you know.
Hello, Modern Twist.
I wasted some time on marriage. Well, this is it. I was just saying, Mary, that I was married 21 years previous to being married to Pixie, and you know, it was 20. Well, I can't say it was 21 years wasted because I got 3 lovely children out of it. But having said that, you know, it's you have to do what's right for yourself. And same as I say, going back to the story of how we met, we swapped numbers, and I thought to myself, oh, you know, because I'm not, you know, he's probably wanting a, you know, a quick bunk up sort of thing. And because I, you know, so anyway, I thought, you know, I've got his number, he's got mine. I'll probably never hear from him again. But he rung me next morning. It was that eager. He rang me the next morning.
I didn't actually know about the next morning. That's so cute.
You know, one of my friends that I was there with were driving, so obviously they weren't drinking. They actually dropped him off, sort of near close to where he lived at the time. You know, and he says, "Oh, you know, I'll give you a ring, etc." And I thought, yeah, you know, I'll probably never hear from him again. But yeah, first thing next morning, he was there ringing me up, and he says, well, I'm going to come over and see you sometime this week, you know, work commitments and everything. But yeah, the week after he came to see me, and I never got shut on him after that. Hey, Nick's in the house. You've just missed the story of how me and Mr. P met. Same as I say, it came over the following week, and I never got shut of him. The only time we sort of, because at the time I was living in Nottinghamshire, we only went over because he got his own flat. So we went over, got all his stuff, and he moved in with me. And that were a few weeks after we'd met. And here we are 15 years later, and we're still together. So, yeah. And that is the famous love story of Mr. and Mrs. P. And it was the case, I mean, I'd already got 3 children from my previous marriage, and I was sort of, well, let's say getting on in years. I was actually 39 when I met him. And, well, I just turned 39 in the September. So we have been married 15 years on the 21st of June. Officially in the UK, the longest day. And boy, was it a longest day. It was absolutely scorching hot that day we got married. Is it your bake, Mrs. P? I think so. So yeah, you know, so we had the conversation, you know, Pixie hadn't got any children, and you know, we sort of sat down and had the conversation, you know, what do you want out of this relationship? Are you wanting children, etc.? And he says, well, I'd love, you know, I'd love a child because, He'd never been married before. He'd never, you know, he'd not got any children. And sort of we had the conversation, and basically I said to him, well, obviously, you know, my age. If we're going to do it, we're going to have to do it sooner rather than later. And we met in the December, and by the, I think it was February or March, I was pregnant with Callum. Oh, Equinox Photography has only been with his better off 18 months. So yeah, so it's actually 18 years in December since I actually met Pixie, but we've been married 15 years on the 21st of June. So yeah, so basically, yes, it did happen fast, but we both knew we loved each other. We were going to be together for the rest of his lives. And, you know, same as I say, we did actually want to get married before Callum was born, because same as I say, I fell pregnant in the, I think it was February. But a certain person wasn't signing the divorce papers. So basically, Callum was 8 months old when we got married. And that was the reason why we didn't get married before Callum was born, because that's what we wanted to do. But, you know, my ex decided he wasn't going to sign the divorce papers. It was dragging his heels. So basically, you know, we couldn't get married before Callum was born. Oh, sorry, you're not talking. Well, that's it. We know. Well, I've only got one teenage, Chopper's Rules, but I know what he's like. Oh, was with the ex-wife for 14 years, but only married 7. Oh, same as I say. I mean, you know the story now behind how me and Pixie met, and same as I say, still going strong after 15 years. So, the day I met Pixie, I met my soulmate, my best friend, all rolled into one. You know, is as easy going as they come. He's very placid. He does lose his temper occasionally, but not very often. So, yeah. What were I going to say? I forgot now.
Sorry, it hasn't been a very talkative one via myself and Kate told me.
Well, I mean, you've got your little, and I mean,
sound in this room.
I'm at Sheffield, Mrs. P. Oh, it's Sheffield. Welcome to the wonderful Sheffield, DJ Ian. It is quite a big station, actually, in all honesty. Quite a busy station. Obviously, with the students and everything, it is quite busy, because I don't know whether sort of some go home for the weekend, but you'll find that it is a very busy station at the Sheffield train station. But obviously, there's more than one university in Sheffield, so you know it does get quite busy. It looks like Blackpool on a sunny day. I don't know where you're looking, Ian. Same as I say, it does get quite busy down at that train station. It is quite a big train station as well. So if it's any consolation, DJ Ian, there's a pub right next door. So, you know, I don't know whether you can see the pub next door, but it'll probably be packed jam solid, because there is a football match in Sheffield today, but it's the other team, not Pixie's team. I made her wait for her divorce. She was the one in the wrong. Her divorce papers were a pack of lies, so told her to do one. Made her wait 5 years, and I filed for divorce under my turn. But you see, it was like totally opposite with me. He sort of tried denying physical abuse. It was sort of accusing me of, you know, putting myself about a bit, let's say. And basically, he blamed me. Well, I contested that, and I divorced him on the grounds of unreasonable behaviour. So, you know, basically he told all these lies in, you know, to his solicitor, I were doing this, I were doing that, basically. So it made me look bad. And I said, no, I'm not having that. So I sort of counterclaimed and said I was divorcing him on the grounds of unreasonable behaviour. So rather than sort of dilly-dallying backwards and forwards, eventually he did sign the papers. But same as I say, by the time the decree nisi had come through, and then you have to wait 6 weeks till you get your absolution, so to speak. Callum had been born by then. So, and then we got to organise the wedding and everything. But it was all, yeah. Well, this is it. Same as I say, DJ Ian. I had exactly the same thing. My ex was trying to blame me, saying I were doing this, I were doing that, I were doing other. And I says, I am not signing any divorce papers with a total bull crap that he'd put in it. No, I'm not signing it. And she kind of sort of sent to his solicitors the abuse that I'd endured over the years. And she says, well, Mrs. Pickering wants a divorce on the grounds of unreasonable behaviour. And eventually he signed them. Equinox says she had an affair, came home, locks changed, and she had moved her new bloke in, but she wasn't having the affair work that one out, tried to divorce me on the grounds of one. Yeah, you see, divorce is a very tricky situation. Same as I say, you've both got to agree on the grounds of divorce. And that's one of the reasons why I would not agree to the grounds he was saying, because everything he said was lies, you know. And I put it to my solicitor plain and simple. All the time that we'd been married, had been abusive towards me. End of. And that's the whole reason why I left him in the first place. Yeah, it took me 21 years. Bye, Sheffield. I'm on the move again, says DJ Ian. Well, I'm sure you enjoyed it while you could, DJ Ian. So, yeah. So, you know, it was sort of you signed the divorce papers, you know, that I've sort of filed with your solicitors on the grounds of reasonable behaviour, or will be like toing and froing for years. So I think he come to the conclusion that I wasn't going back to him. I'd moved on. Let's get it over and done with. So in the end, he did sign the, you know, the divorce papers on the grounds of unreasonable behaviour. But you know, that was basically it in a nutshell. You know, I wouldn't sign the papers because, same as I say, he tried to make me look bad. You know, so
I think you're a very brave woman, Jeanette.
You know, I wasn't having none of that. I says, I'm not signing no divorce papers and admitting to something that I haven't done. You know, and I says, if it means that I've got to wait 10 years before I get my divorce, so be it. But I am not signing them divorce papers for the reasons that he gave. So, some as I say, my solicitor says, well, I'm going to counter, you know, send these divorce papers to his solicitor and saying, well, look, she's willing to sign the divorce papers on the unreasonable behaviour. So that's what we did. Equinox says it all backfired on her. He was a violent womanizer currently doing life in prison for several rapes, including one on a minor. Not a nice bloke, no. Some as I say, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but my ex actually rung my mother up the day after I'd left him and they were trying to spat all these lies about me. You know, she's done this, she's done that, she's done the other. And I got a phone call from my mum saying, oh, you know, I've just had your ex on phone. He's saying this, that and other about you. So I met her up and I just says, it's typical of him. He's just trying to get you on side, and he was trying to turn my own mother against me. And Equinox says, you only have to wait 5 years, then it's straightforward, nothing they can do, hence why I waited the 5 years. Didn't stop me getting on with my life. Well, this is it. This is it. You know, and the parting words from my ex was, you know, nobody will ever want you, you know, you're fat, you're ugly, blah, blah, blah. Nobody else will want you. And within 4 weeks, I'd met Pixie. So, you know, I just said to him, well, put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know, that's your conclusion gone out the window. But the abuse didn't stop there. Not the physical abuse, obviously that stopped when I left him, but the mental abuse, you know, did everything he could to try and sort of make me look bad to everybody, you know, and but it didn't work. And then you sit back and then you think to yourself, well, why did I waste 21 years of my life on that waste of space? You know, it's the old adage, you know, why didn't I do it sooner? But hey ho, same as I say, I am where I am today. And so we're going back to the song. You get knocked down, but you get back up again. You know, and sort of losing my mum last year, that were another thing that sort of said to me, you know, well, life's short. You've got to do the things that you want to do while you're still here to do it. You know, funny thing is though, I watched like, and it was a program called Ambulance. And bless his little cotton socks, there was this guy on and he'd fell. And he was actually 99 years old and still lived independently on his own. Bless his little cotton socks. And they were saying, well, you know, they were trying to get him. He didn't want to go to hospital. Top and bottom of it was that he didn't want to go to hospital. But he couldn't get around very well, bless his cotton socks. And they says, well, if you can show us that you can get upstairs by yourself, blah, 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 we'll not take you to hospital. But it sort of puts you in a situation, the ambulance people have got a duty of care to that person. Now, he's a 99-year-old fella living on his own, and he's had a fall. He weren't very steady on his feet. And, you know, you feel like shouting at the screen, you know, go to hospital, you know, get yourself looked after. But he was insisting he didn't want to go to hospital. Now, I haven't watched it all, but that was sort of where I watched it to, you know, when you think, God, you know, 99 years old, he's been alive, 99 years old, still living on his own. Charlene, hiya. Yes, it's afternoon actually here now. It's nearly 1 o'clock. But yeah, you know, and you get such guys as him. And, you know, he were a lovely fella. And I suppose in respect, his fear was going into hospital and never coming out. And I could see it from his point of view. But I was sort of like shouting at the screen, you know, let him take you to hospital. Let him get you sorted out, you know. And if that had been me, I mean, they can't insist that he goes to hospital. They can't make him go to hospital. Around there shouting at screen, you know, let him take you to hospital. Let him get you sorted out, you know.
You would be good for that show, Gogglebox.
Pardon?
You'd be good for that show, Gogglebox.
You know, but you know, same as I say, it was shook up because they sort of found him on the floor Oh, Chopper's Rule says he's off to bed if these kids will be quiet. I'll see you soon then, Chopper's Rules. But yeah, that's the sort of person I am, you know. Bless his cotton socks, and I think, well, I wish my mum would have lived till she was 99, you know what I mean? And you sort of take your hat off to him, you know. He's 99 years of age, is still living sort of independently, and, you know, is still living on his own. See you later, Chopper Rules. You know, and it's... it makes you, it amazes you how independent the older generation can be, you know, and not a lot of them, like he was saying, no, I don't want to go to hospital. I don't want, you know, I don't want to be wasting your time or anything.
Where you get like drunks in their 20s arriving all.
It was actually filmed on New Year's Eve, you know, and then it was quiet up until midnight, and then sort of a few minutes after midnight, they had all these calls coming in. Somebody's got stabbed, somebody's got attacked, somebody, you know. Oh, and this particular young fella, this particular young fella, they found him on the floor. The ambulance crew went out to him, and he will lay there on the floor, and they says, you know, it got all these sparkly things all over his face. Obviously, with being New Year's Eve, they got him on the ambulance, and they cut his jeans up like to past his knee, and you ought to see how deformed his knee was. It actually dislocated his knee. Ambulance driver kept saying to him, "Are you sure you're not in pain or anything?" And he was laughing and joking with him, you know. Yeah, he'd had a bit to drink, but he weren't sort of incoherent drunk.
Would you, like, what would you call it? Like, after you've had an accident, it's like a shock. What do you call it? Where you can't feel anything.
Yeah. But the thing is, the ambulance driver said to him, have you been hit by a car? His knee was that bad. His knee was that badly dislocated. They kept saying to him, have you been hit by a car or something? They kept saying, well, I can't remember being hit by a car. So I don't know what he'd done, but it was really distorted his knee. And it reckons he weren't in no pain or anything. You know, and I was sort of sat there going, you know what I mean? It was that bad. Yes, please. See what I'm saying about the good ones?
What did he offer you, a coffee?
He's just said, do you want a coffee?
Lucky girl. I'll have 1, 2 sugars, please, and a splash of milk.
But yeah, same as I say, if you'd have seen my face when I was watching it, Kate, I was sat there going.
I would do brown bag.
Well, I would have done. I'd have been screaming. Honestly, Kate, you ought to have seen it. It was like right over to the side.
Oh God!
It was really, really distorted, and I was sort of there going, my eyes is boggling out my head. My jaw like literally dropped to the floor, and I thought, if that were me, I'd be climbing roof. If I'd have been him, honestly, Kate, it was horrible. And I reckon he weren't in pain. You know, and is there? I mean, yeah, he were drunk, but it was sort of saying, "Oh, you guys are awesome. You're worth your weight in gold." And you know, it were paying compliments to the ambulance driver. And there's his sort of like other side of the room, so to speak. Here we go. Got
hello.
Oh yeah. Stand back a bit, Alan. Stand back a bit. Here you go. He's got shorts on. Look.
Oh, hey, cool dude. Check you out. It's an England top.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, very snazzy looking.
Yeah, he's got his shorts on. Xbox
the drone, yeah.
Xbox controller in one hand, but yeah, same as I say, I were gobsmacked.
Has the sun still out over there? It's started to go grey here. Hello. Do you want to come up and say hello?
Equinox photography says it's queasy. It's queasy when it comes to things like that. And he says, but love a good gory horror movie, with Saw being one of my favourites. We see, there's the thing.
I'm a bear, I'm a bear. I'll teach you 1, 2, 3. A sleepy, hungry, happy bear. I'm a happy bear.
See, the thing is, I don't like horror movies.
I do, but paranormal ones I don't like gore. Yeah,
You
like
know, I don't like horror movies, but
oh.
I watch one born every minute. You know, babies being born. I watch Hospital, which shows you operations and things like that don't bother me. You know, blood, stick, anything, nothing like that bothers me.
You
But
should
I
watch The Human Centipede. That would be a good film for you if you don't like all that stuff.
But same as I say, it's because things like that are real, but horrors are make believe. Well, I suppose in a way, it's got a fact. You know, Arts Forehand. Good morning. I'll be having my coffee shortly because Mr. P's just gone. And Ian has passed through Sheffield on the train. Baby. Hey, Bella.
Bella's in the house. I love that meetup you did with Gail, Bella. It was awesome to see you both in the same video.
And Mary says she's been through a lot of the same things, Jeanette. Same as I say, I don't put it out there, you know, because that's a part of my personal life. I don't like to discuss my personal life, but it's really happens. It's a fact of life. And same as I was saying when I was putting the washing out this morning, you know, Mr. Lurkey was poking his head. What?
Might go with Dad. Go to John's room.
Ooh.
Just because I feel like.
Oh, did you hear that?
No.
He says, I've got something to tell you. He says, I might come with you and Dad. He says, when you go out doing the dronage.
Oh!
So that's a first.
Mini Pixie is on the drone.
What's everyone's favourite films, Equinox? My favourite is Dirty Dancing. And Pixie knows it's Dirty Dancing.
I heard him shouting, they're dirty dancing.
He even knows my favourite film.
Mine has to be the film Legend with Tom Cruise in it. You know, the one of the elves and the fairies and the devils in it. And
I don't think I've seen that one.
The devil sends out his minions to kill the unicorn so the sun will never rise. And then the princess, because she's human, she wants to touch the unicorn, which wrecks the world because woman's touch is so devastating to the world.
Aliens just passed through Sheffield on the train.
I'll tell him to come off at train and get over here.
That's what I told him, but he's on his way to Liverpool because he's gigging. And he's just made a suggestion that we all go over to Mallorca for the weekend. Not this weekend, obviously, but at some point in the future, all go to Mallorca and go to a gig of his. Says he'll DJ. Yeah, it were absolutely awesome, Bella.
Yeah.
It's,
just telling us about how you couldn't find a place to vlog that was quiet, so you ended up out in the car park.
Yeah, that was funny. Well, if you can't find anywhere quiet to vlog, just find a car park.
Very true.
But yeah, my all-time favourite, and I'll never veer away from it. One, because that's my kind of music, the old music.
Yeah.
She smooths over Patrick's face when he's got his t-shirt off. Oh, Patrick.
And I said that without moving my lip.
Getting all the secrets now, Patrick Swayze fan, are we? Ooh.
Oh, I like Green Mile as well.
Green Mile's a good one.
I do like the Green Mile, and I've watched it several times.
Green Mile is the one with the prison, not the one with Eminem all yo yo yo. Like,
you know, I mean, same as I say, I would say after Dirty Dancing, the Green Mile is another one of my favourites as well.
Shutter Island's another good film. It's like you have to watch it twice to understand what actually happened and what's going on, if you know what I mean. And even at that, you're still not 100% certain you've worked it out before the end of the film.
All right, but Bella's just said, I'm sort of out of it at the moment. I'm looking after a family member who has had major surgery, so I'm really tied up. Well, that's it. Same as I say, you have to do what you have to do in your personal life, and YouTube comes second. you know. Oh, and the Pixies arrived in the chat. Well, Crimson said he was going to come on, and he hadn't. And I sent Vlog from the Bog a thing, and he hasn't come on.
Jeanette is calling me.
Oh, yeah. Pixie likes Shawshank Redemption.
I'll come on later because I'm still in the uniform.
All right. Hiya, Tim's World. How are you? Yes, that is one of Pixie's favourites, Nick. He likes the Shawshank Redemption with Morgan Freeman in it. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Everyone dive for cover because Pixie's going to bring the legs out. He's going to put his shorts on. Oh. Hey, Food Forest Permacure. Hiya, thanks for joining us. Do you want to put your email address in, Nick, or... Because I don't have your email address. I'll send you the link by all means. So, yes, I mean, here in the UK, it is absolutely glorious this morning. And here in the UK, Tim's World says, have you ever seen the movie, Irish movie, The Van? No, don't think I have. Yeah, 21 degrees here in the UK, and that's the first for May. Yeah, and here in the UK, we've got a bank holiday on Monday for May Day. So, and it has forecast temperatures in the region of 27 to 28 degrees Celsius. Now that in the UK is warm. And that's why I've got a sleeveless top on. Oh, it's 70 degrees. I bet it's about that here. What's 21 degrees in Fahrenheit? Yay, May Day. Yeah. As I was saying, you know, Ruby Slippers was on about earlier on. Where she lives, they've got like this local tradition, something about sucking a toad or something. I don't know. Oh, baby.
Hmm?
You know, once I've copied and pasted this, will you remove it for me, please?
69.8 Fahrenheit.
Oh, so we're nearly.
Have you copied and pasted?
No, not yet.
Tell me when and I'll delete it, buddy.
Yeah, done. Invitation posted.
Oh, I can't want that be removed. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
He's done it himself.
Thank you, Nick. I have posted the invite to you. So, yes, I don't know about Nick, but the Pixie will be going out with a drone, being as it's so sunny and nice today. We're probably going to have to go a bit further afield to find a new location, but as I say, I'm going to get the 50 factor on. Factor 50. Sorry, I said that wrong. Because obviously I've got a sleeveless top on, and that, you know, it's sort of with the sun with me. And my washing's out, so that should get dry. Get ready for Callum flying. Ooh, that should be interesting. Callum flying Dirty Gertie for the first time. Headline news. Callum is going to fly Dirty Gertie. It'll be the headlines in the newspaper tomorrow. Well, I've got... If Callum can fly it, then surely I can. I'll have to have a go soon. I can fly Betty. I don't think he'll... I I don't think he'll crash it with your guidance, Mr. P. Not if you sort of give a little tutorial before he takes off and everything. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. I mean, I'm sure you'll be looking over his shoulder and saying, well, do this or do that. You know, even if it's sort of like just going up in the air, just sort of going about a little bit. I mean, small steps and everything. And just before I went to live, vlog from the bog was live as well. I did send an invitation, Equinox. I don't think you'll let it go a million miles. So we're just waiting for Equinox Photography to come in now. But he's got a dodgy wire on his mast, he says. Anybody think Pixie didn't trust Callum with his drone? Well, why don't you let him take Betty up? Why don't you charge Betty up and let him do a test? Oh, he's at Stockport now, DJ Ian is. He said he was good to... I told him to wave as we were passing through Sheffield. And I rubbed it in because I told him there were a pub right next door to the station. And as you can hear, we've got the patio doors open and somebody's blooming drilling.
A pub? Not having that.
Pixie dust in the house.
Trimming.
That's drilling, not strimming. Pixie don't know his drilling from his strimming. So yes, it's somebody drilling something. I don't know. Obviously, it's one of the neighbours close by. Because as I say, too warm to sit with the doors closed. So we've got both patio doors wide open. and then not so long back, just before you came in, Lucy was out there and she was meowing at the top of her voice. Everybody could hear her. DJ says, "Oh, pixies don't know who's a good drilling." Yeah, well, I mean, it's like these different sounds, but I can tell the difference between a drill and a strimmer. You know, and we're just thankful. Basically, we've got like pebbles on the back garden, so we don't have no grass to cut. We've got like pebbles and a hedge on the front, so there again, we've got no gardening to do. Yeah, we have to trim like the bushes and whatever, and occasionally have the hedge trimmed a little bit, but that's it. Yeah, I agree there, Mary. The Green Mile was a fantastic movie. Not just a good one, not a great one, a fantastic movie. You know, it's got a mixture of, you've got the baddie in it, you've got the goodie, you know. You know, it's like a mixture of everything. It's not a horror movie. It's a heartwarming story. So it's sort of, and you see that's with the Shawshank Redemption as well. I think that's why I like that. What?
Classic.
Yeah. You know, it's sort of like a true story, so to speak, and that's what sort of movie I like. Oh, I was just gonna say, Kate.
Did you miss me?
I was just going to say, because Pixies wanted to get washed up and changed and everything. Then got to get out on the drone.
Okay.
I'm going to shut it off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't stop on for the whole journey, DJ Ian. You'll have to find some other way of entertaining yourself, because as I say, it's basically going to be what we call a family outing. Because Callum's actually it's good to let Callum fly the drone.
Seriously? Oh, that's brilliant. You'll have to get some viewed footage.
Oh, Equinox is having a few technical issues. It doesn't matter, Nick. We'll get you on another day.
Yeah.
Pixie's, same as I say, he's had his coffee. He's going to get a wash, get changed, and he's wanting to go out with a drone. So we're going to make it a family occasion because Callum's coming with us. I normally go anyway, but same as I say, we want to make it a family occasion. So we're all going to go out with Pixie flying the drone. And it did actually say that it was going to let Callum fly the drone. So, you know. I can see a box of honey cornflakes outside of Kate.
Well, is that to go with mushy peas then?
Yeah.
Mushy peas and
she's pouring mushy peas on it.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. So Jeanette, I have to go. This has been a pleasure. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Well, I'm going to shut it down anyway because, as I just said, Pixie's just going to get a wash, get changed, and then we'll be straight out the door because he wants to go fly the drone. So I thank everybody for coming on. Thank you for Katie for joining me on the panel.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys, and thank you everybody for joining me. Bye.
Bye.